I've come to think of grief as something that doesn't ever really go away. And, it doesn't get lighter or easier. I think it's really something that you get stronger over time and it becomes easier to carry.
I felt overwhelmed. It's like this darkness fell over me in every way, consuming me.
It's important that people know that there's a pathway to feeling okay again. These relationships and connections that you can make through the donation community can be with people who really truly understand your journey and can bring you great comfort. Over time, that little grief community helped me build the strength to carry the grief with me.
You're not going to move towards healing unless you have the courage to just take that first step. There's still happiness and joy that you can find in life. You carry with you a certain amount of guilt in that. Over time you realize it's okay. Ultimately, William wanted me to be happy. He wanted me to find joy.
Oh, this is a good one.
Oh my goodness, that is a good one.
So that's wakeboarding on Flathead Lake.
Yeah.
With his buddies.
Yeah.
Which is so cool with the sunset in the background.
Yeah, that's cool. William liked wakeboarding too and surfing.
It's crazy.
I love the sun in that too.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool.
Crazy how many things they had in common.
I know, right?
Oh, here it is. Yes. Look how similar.
Right? Yeah.
Look at their smiles.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that.
That's great. They would have been ski pals.
I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Carter, I just think he had an adventurous spirit, loved to travel and experience new places, and he lived his life really in many ways for others. He was always helping other people and doing things for other people.
From the time William was just a little boy, he always had an independent and adventurous kind of spirit. He loved being active and busy, always optimistic about everything in life. I do appreciate being here.
It just helps to have somebody that understands, It really does.
Yeah. I think that we're really fortunate to have found each other and to have been able to kind of lean into each other, right?
Sonja and I met at one of the events that was organized to honor all of the donors in the state of Montana.
I had to kind of muster a lot of courage to go. And for me, I didn't want to be around a lot of people, and talking about the whole experience and my grief was just very difficult. So that day I just happened to sit at a table with Heidi and her family.
Immediately, we started talking and sharing our stories and realizing the connections, not only with the experience of being in the hospital, but also the experiences around who the boys were.
When I talk to somebody like Heidi, she's walked the same path. When she says, I understand, she really, truly understands.
It's just so natural for me to reach to her for support.
One of the things that Heidi blessed me with is her view on organ donation. And she viewed William as just being the custodian of his organs until he ultimately gave them to somebody else to live on. And that was really powerful for me. So I've come to think of Carter's life the same way, that he was taking care of these organs really for someone else.
Saving a life is something that most people on this earth will never experience. He gave people an opportunity to say, I love you again, to go on an adventure, to give a hug to someone they love. That's something powerful. And that's life-changing for me. It's a legacy that I'm proud of.
It seemed really fitting that in the end, he was still giving to others through organ donation.
I would encourage people to seek out support, to look and find others who can understand, whether it's support groups, counselors, or people that you've met through the donor process. The gift that we've been given in our loss is the gift of relationship and knowing that we don't have to walk this journey alone.